Thank you, Eric. First, we here in Vegas, of course, the Triple G and also Canelo Alvarez, but I'm being more, I guess, questioned about the co-main event. And the undercard is respectful, and that's what boxing needs, and that's what we have. And, enjoy the fight. There's nothing else I can add to that as a promoter, as a future Hall of Famer, and all the things that come with the accolades of doing what I've done. I'm excited from all points of views, and to be in Vegas now, where I have to my left, to my right, fighters that want to be the main event in big stages like this. So I know they're coming with all. I know they're coming with the, not only integrity, but the best skills that they ever displayed is going to be expressed this Saturday, September 15th, of course, HBO pay-per-view. And we promise y'all, and I close with this, because anybody bet that I was going to be long, y'all lost your money. Golden Boy said over and over, a lot of faces I see here now, and I say this out of reminding you, because sometimes we can forget, things go past so fast. We want to do the best fights. We want to take on, whether you're with Golden Boy or not, we want to take on the best. And our fighters, first of all, not just us, our fighters want the fights. In every division, we have, I believe, a fighter that wants to fight the best. And that's what y'all getting come this Saturday on HBO pay-per-view. Thank you, and enjoy the fight. That's what it is. Enjoy the fight.
Great, thank you, Bernard. And Bernard's been part of many great pay-per-views we've put together. So for him to say that this is from top to bottom probably the best undercard with the main event, it goes a long way. It means a lot. I think Tom's just getting here, so we'll start introducing the fighters now. As I mentioned, we are going to have a free view. We got two very good fights on the free view. One of them is one of our rising prospects, Alexis Rocha, and he's going to be taking on Carlos Ortiz. That's going to start at 3:30, I believe, 3:30 p.m. local time, 6:30 Eastern. And that's on the free view. That's on the pay-per-view channel. You can switch it on there, and you can see the fights for free. And I want to bring up Carlos Ortiz to say a couple of words about his fight and talk about his matchup. Carlos?
Muy buenos días, tengan todos ustedes. Primeramente, quiero agradecerle a Dios por permitirme estar aquí en esta gran función, a la empresa.
Thank you all for being here. First of all, I want to thank God for this opportunity for being here, to the promoter.
También agradecerle a mis entrenadores por prepararme para esta función.
And my trainers for preparing me for this fight.
Y pues, gracias a Dios estar en una función tan importante como la de la Canelo Golovkin con grandes campeones.
And once again, thank God, just for being part of this big event with great champions, like the main event, Canelo Golovkin.
Es un honor para mí enfrentar a Alexis Rocha y espero que les agrade nuestra pelea. Muchas gracias.
And it's an honor for me to be facing Alexis Rocha, and I hope you guys enjoy the fight. Thank you very much.
Gracias.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Alexis Rocha out of Santa Ana, undefeated, one of our top prospects at Golden Boy. He has his hands full. We'll bring him up to say a few words. Alexis?
Hey everyone. First off, I just want to thank God. I want to thank everyone from Golden Boy, Oscar De Loya, Robert Diaz, Eric Gomez, just for putting me in such a great card. Not many fighters could say they've been here, so I'm very blessed for that. And I'm just ready to go out there and put on a show. I know my opponent's ready. I'm ready, so we're willing to go out there and put on a good show. Thank you.
Thank you, Alexis. Such a humble young man. You think he's able to throw punches. Anyway, all right, so that's good. The next fight is another one of our top prospects, Vergil Ortiz, who has been impressing everybody, won every single fight by knockout. This kid is very, very exciting, but he's got his hands full against a veteran fighter out of Mexico that also has a huge punch. And he's going to be facing Roberto Masa Ortiz, and I'll bring up Roberto to say a few words. Roberto?
Buenos días a todos. Primero que nada, gracias por esta gran oportunidad a Golden Boy, a mi empresa, a Memo Rocha, a Pepe Gómez y a mis entrenadores por este gran campamento que hicimos.
Thank you all for being here. I want to thank Memo Rocha, my manager, Pepe Gomez, co-promoter, Golden Boy, for this great opportunity.
Vamos a dar una gran pelea. Conozco a Vergil, un gran peleador, un prospecto muy bueno. Y yo sé que todo el público y toda la gente que asistirá a esta gran pelea saldrá contenta el día del evento.
And this is going to be a great fight. I know Vergil very well, top prospect. This is going to be an exciting fight, and I hope that all the fans that come see this fight are going to leave very happy.
Muchísimas gracias por todo el apoyo y vamos a dar una excelente pelea este próximo 15 de septiembre.
Thank you for all the support, and you're going to see a great show on September 15th. Gracias. Thank you. Okay. And he'll be facing, obviously, another top prospect out of Golden Boy, Vergil Ortiz. This is probably Vergil's biggest test, but Vergil has been impressing many of you in the media, many of us in the boxing world, and this is his toughest fight. But he's ready for the task, and he's destined for great things, and it all starts on Saturday night. It's no easy homework for him. So Vergil, can you please come up and say a few words? Vergil.
Hey, what's up, guys? First of all, I want to thank Golden Boy Promotions. I want to thank my dad for keeping me on my toes all the time. You know, couldn't do it without him. RGBA, one of the best camps out there. You know, I'm just this is a very big step up fight for me. You know, I'm glad that they believe in me, that I'll be able to handle fights like this. And as we keep going, we're gonna make more step ups. And you know, we're ready. As for my opponent, Robert Ortiz Massa, he's a great friend of mine. And you know, it's just in the sport. You know, nothing personal. It's we're just gonna leave it in the ring, and at the ring, you know, we're gonna go back to being friends. And we both know each other very well. We used to be sparring partners, so we know what we're gonna come with. And that being said, we both won't be afraid when we get in there. So it's gonna be a great action-packed fight. And I just hope the fans they watch it. This is gonna be a great fight. And bad or the Ortizes, you know, both last names Ortiz. It's gonna be a great fight. So please tune in, and thank you very much.
All right, that's great. Good job, guys. The next person I'd like to bring up, I've had the pleasure of working for many years. Incredible broadcast partner with HBO. I want to bring up the Vice President of HBO Sports, Tony Walker. Tony?
Thanks, Eric. Hi, everybody. You know, for so many of our pay-per-view shows, the undercard is an afterthought. It's young guys coming up. It's older guys who are trying to stay in the game. But on Saturday night, we have something special. Undercards matter because they add value. We fully expect fans who are celebrating Mexican Independence Day on Saturday to see this undercard, to schedule their time to buy the fight, because at 5 o'clock, the action will be hot. The fighters on this card are relevant. They are all middleweight, junior middleweight. There's champions and former champions, and there are names that people know. So there's great value. We're very proud to talk about the undercard, and we really thank you for supporting all these fighters. They all have something to prove. It's going to be a lot of great action leading up to what is undoubtedly the biggest fight of the year. So thank you, and we'll see you guys at 5 o'clock on Saturday, or earlier if you want to see some great fights on the Freeview.
Thank you, Tony. You know, in order to put together these big pay-per-views and give you guys, the fan, you guys, the media, these compelling fights, you need a lot of help. You need a lot of help. And, you know, it sounds like, I might sound like a broken record, but, you know, we keep saying it at Golden Boy. We work with everybody. We work with everybody, every promoter, because you need help. You need other promoters so you can make these compelling fights. And this card in particular, there's different promoters involved from different countries. And one of them that's sitting next to me here is very influential, very, very important, and probably the top promoter in Mexico. And I believe so. And he's done a great job with all his fighters, a stable of fighters. And I'm going to have him come up to say a few words. He's going to introduce his fighter that's fighting in the opening bout of the pay-per-view, and that's Mr. Fernando Beltran. Fernando.
Thank you very much, Eric. It's a real pleasure to be here in Vegas in the biggest card of the year. I believe the undercard is very important for a sensational fight like the one that is happening on Saturday between Canelo Alvarez and Triple G. And the opening card in the pay-per-view is going to be a tremendous fight, a fight that a fighter that needs no introduction from Nicaragua, and a fighter from Mexico that we represent, and we proudly represent because he's been in sensational fights. He's a true warrior, like, and he's a true Mexican style. And I would like to introduce from Mexico City, Moises Fuentes.
Señor Fernando Beltrán, muchísimas gracias por esta oportunidad.
Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Venimos dispuestos a morir arriba del ring con tal de ganar ante un gran campeón como Román González.
We're coming here willing to die in the ring if that needs so, because we really are going to win this fight.
Dios me trajo aquí por alguna razón y voy a aprovechar la oportunidad. Señores, no voy a defraudar a nadie. Muchas gracias.
God bring me here because of something, and believe me, you're gonna see a new champion.
Thank you. Gracias. Now, the next person I want to bring up, obviously, is the co-promoter for the entire event. When we started working on the undercard, I got together with our matchmaker, Roberto Diaz. It's sitting right over here. Oscar. Roberto, great job, by the way, Roberto. Got together with Oscar, and then we called Tom, and we started bouncing ideas. And Tom, was willing to, make these really, really good fights. Obviously, one of his best fighters that he works with is Chocolatito. I still consider him one of the top fighters in the world, if not pound for pound, one of the best. And, he wants to stay there. So I want to bring up Tom to introduce Chocolatito and talk a little bit about the undercard. Tom.
Boy, in boxing, you're used to things running late. Eric actually started the press conference early, so we're excited about that. That's how smoothly it's run so far this week with everything. This is it's a tremendous fight. And, everyone knows the fight with Canelo and Triple G. It's the biggest fight in boxing, but I got to say, this undercard is the biggest undercard in boxing. You really isn't fair to call any of these fighters an undercard fighter. I mean, Chocolatito Gonzalez has headlined numerous HBO shows. Jaime Munguia just had 2 great wins on HBO. David Lemiuex, former champion, he was on HBO pay-per-view and has had tremendous wins. So, all the fighters sitting up here, Spike O'Sullivan just fought on May 4th on the ESPN show. So, so many great fighters up here on this stage. So we're just excited to have been able to put this type of a show and undercard together for the fans. When fans buy a pay-per-view show, they buy it for the main event, but there's so many quality matchups on this show. It's tremendous. Chocolatito, we just had the Superfly show last week. We were debating whether should he headline that show or should he be on this show. And we just felt this was the better. When I was talking to Carlos Dandon and Mr. Honda of Tycoon Promotions, we just felt this was the best stage for Chocolatito to appear. So many fight fans, so much media has asked, when are we going to see Chocolatito again? He's been on 5 HBO shows. This will be his second pay-per-view that he's on. And so many people are just anxious to see and excited to see how he's going to come back. He was so dominant for so long, number 1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world. And we're just really excited to see him back in the ring. So with that, I want to bring up his manager, Carlos Blanda.
We want to thank God for this opportunity. I want to thank Taken, Caicho. I want to thank 360 Promotions, Golden Boy. They put on a great show with HBO. Like Tom said, this is our second pay-per-view. We feel so happy, so grateful to be back on the big stage. I don't think a return could be better thought out than this one in a great card. I believe all the fights are important. I believe they're all going to bring a fire. We got a lot of great champions. We got a lot of great boxers. So we're going to be in for a great night of boxing. I know that we're going to be opening the pay-per-view card. I know Roman has been training like no other camp. So we're ready. We're prepared. We've put ourselves in God's hands. And we just want to thank everyone for their support, especially all the people that have come from Nicaragua. Thank you very much. We love you. And we're going to give you a great show. Let me introduce now our champion, Roman Gonzalez.
Hola, muy buenas a todos. Dios los bendiga. Quiero agradecerle una vez más a Dios, a mi familia, a Golden Boy, a Taken, a HBO por darme la oportunidad de estar aquí el 15 de septiembre.
He would like to thank God, 360 Promotion, HBO, Golden Boy, Taken, Mr. Honda, and everyone that has been supporting him to give him this opportunity.
Bueno, me siento muy feliz de saber que voy con un mexicano, con Fuentes, un boxeador muy bueno que ya fue campeón del mundo. Vengo en la mejor condición. Espero en Dios que todo salga bien el 15 de septiembre.
He's very happy and honored to be fighting a great champion like it is Moises, Fuentes. He feels happy, he comes in great conditions, and he's ready to give a good fight.
Feliz porque sé que vamos a estar en una cartelera como Gennady Golovkin y Triple G. Esta noche va a ser una noche, un espectáculo para el pueblo, esperando un Dios que todo salga bien y Dios me los bendiga. Gracias a todos.
He feels very happy to be on this great card of Canelo and Triple G. He wishes everyone a good day, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving right along. To make good matches, my teacher, my mentor, the great Don Chargan, who couldn't be here, he's been a little sick, always told me, and he would always tell me, Eric, to be a good matchmaker, to make really good fights, the thing you need most, first and foremost, before anything, is luck. It's luck. And he's so right, because on paper you can make a matchup, and the fights can look really, really good on paper, but then they end up being duds. So you do need luck. And the second thing you need is to understand the styles. And when you understand the styles, you can come up with some really good fights that are can't miss fights. And this next fight I'm going to introduce is a can't miss fight. You have to see this fight. And it's because of the styles. There's been a lot of emotion, just like in the main event, in this fight here. But because of the styles, this is a guaranteed war. And I'm very, very proud of this fight. Roberto Diaz made a great fight. So all the credit to Roberto. Thank you, Roberto. And it's going to be for your enjoyment. But these two guys are going to go at it, and it's going to be an incredible fight. It could be a historic fight. They're represented by two top boxing veterans. and I'll bring them up to say a few words. Pasquale Collins is the manager of Gary O'Sullivan. I want him to come up and say a couple of words, please, about his fighter. Packy?
First of all, I want to correct you. I'm actually not a veteran. I'm not that old. Just kidding. Yeah, Las Vegas. I mean, to get the opportunity, it's taken 11 years. Recently I read it takes 10 good years to get that one good year. And I believe Spike O'Sullivan, we're here right now. First, I'd like to thank Golden Boy Promotions, Murphy Boxing, HBO Boxing, Triple G, Tom Loeffler to agree to have us here for this great fight. You know, I've had Spike from the very word go, from the very start, and the one thing I did notice from him was his, you know, his toughness, his ability to, you know, take a lot of pain and move through that and keep going, marching forward. And you know, I had to protect him once from that, you know, from himself, which I did do. But you know, we got an opportunity to take this fight, and we got a call. We were offered a couple of names, and we seen David Lemieux. You know, I was kind of surprised because I did read that he was moving to super middleweight. He was struggling with weight, so he goes, "Yeah, I think that's a great fight. I really do. We got two good guys, you know, two good fighters at the top. David Lemieux, I believe, you know, he's at a point where he could get down from this, but he's trying to stay where he is, so he's going to give it his all. We got Spike O'Sullivan, who's been given this huge opportunity to become like a superstar, because after Saturday night he'll fight the winner of Triple G, Canelo. So when this fight came, we says, yeah, we will take the fight. Straight away we agreed. So we went to the gym, and I said, right, Spike, how do you want to do this? You know, I can come up with a game plan. He goes, you know what, Packy, I want to just smash through him. I want to smash through him. He says, I am going to take this so personal. He said, because he disrespected my friend Billy Joe Saunders. He couldn't admit he was beaten by the better man. And this is what Spike said. So we went to the gym 3 days a week, 6 days a week, 3 times a day for 10 weeks. And we trained to be in a situation where he can go for 12 hard rounds. I don't know David Lemieux personally. You know, I've nothing personal against this guy. I'm getting my fighter ready for a fight to beat him. The one factor, I think they both like to fight hard. They come to fight. They punch very hard. But the one factor which we both agreed upon is that Spike O'Sullivan doesn't quit. Thank you.
Thank you, Packy. Gary O'Sullivan, as you guys very well know, made his HBO debut late last year, had a tremendous win against Antoine Douglas. He was an underdog. A lot of people didn't give him an opportunity or a chance to win that fight, but he found a way to win and impress. We were just notified earlier today that this fight is going to be for the WBA final eliminator. So the winner of this fight can very well, you know, fight the winner of the main event next. We'll have to see. We'll have to wait and see what happens on Saturday night. But I want to bring him up, Gary O'Sullivan. Gary?
Good afternoon, Las Vegas. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Golden Boy Promotions, HBO, Murphy's Boxing, Tom Loeffler, and Triple G Promotions for putting on this magnificent event. It's great to be here. What is that? Smell that? I think I smell fear. And this little grease ball here. I just passed him in the corridor there. I think I can smell a bit of shit as well. He wants to shit himself. Took all I had, my resolve, my discipline, not to smash your head right there in the lobby. You greasy piece of shit. Saturday night, we're going to fight. The talking will be done. And it's going to be like our careers. The fight will be like our careers. He's on the way down. I'm on the way up. I'm coming for Triple G or Canelo, the winner. Saturday night, be ready, you little greasy piece of shit.
You guys get that? You guys record that? Lance, yeah? All right. Eye of the Tiger is the top management firm. They also promote fights in Canada. We've had the pleasure of working with them for about 5 years now. And just top first-class people, his entire organization. And I want to bring up the president, Camilo Estefan, to say a few words about his fighter, David Lemieux.
Hello, everyone. Excited to be here. It's a card that people have to buy. Don't miss this one. You got to be part of the live action, see it live, because these fights are tremendous. As a promoter, as a manager, as a fan, I can't wait. I had a few things prepared I want to talk about, but after this, I kind of have other things to say. I changed my mind. There's a lot of things I don't like about Spike O'Sullivan personally, especially his glasses. You know, when you talk about people that are fearful, that hide their eyes, that's what I see. You should just shut up. You should shut up. I'm not talking to you right now. Shut up. Yeah. I'll talk to you later too. So the bottom line is, this is a fight that will show O'Sullivan who he really is. Put him back in his place. He doesn't belong here. I can guarantee you that. He's going to swallow his words, probably his teeth too. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Camille. What can I say about David Lemieux? He's probably pound for pound one of the biggest punchers in all of boxing. You guys have seen it. He's got dynamite in both hands. Very exciting fighter, very aggressive. He's got a tough test on Saturday. But, you know, he wants to remain at this top level, and he knows what he has to do, and he sacrificed for 2 months leading up to this fight in camp. He's worked very, very hard, and it's going to be a tough test Saturday, but, you know, the sky's the limit if he wins this fight. So I want to bring him up. Former world champion, David Lemieux.
Vegas, we're back. Extremely happy to be back here on the big stage, the biggest fight of the year. So, you know, what can I say? The talk is done. Now it's time to walk the walk. My opponent has been doing so much yapping. I'm sure his chin is gonna be very warmed up for the fight. He's gonna need it. What can I say? I'm coming here. I'm coming here to get back on top. Gary's in front of me. He's not gonna stay in front of me. I'm ready for 12 rounds. Whatever I need to do, I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do it beautifully. I promise you a great fight. It's gonna be tremendous. If he passes 8 rounds, respect to him. But you know, all that blah 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 is done. I think he's just scared. He's just scared. That's why he's talking so much. You don't need to talk if you know the fight's Saturday. Keep calm. We're gonna fight. Relax, and you're gonna get knocked out.
Thank you, David. Just a quick note, I forgot to mention this undercard of the pay-per-view. It's going to start at a special time, 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 o'clock Eastern. Okay, most pay-per-views. We did this back in the first time we did Canelo Golovkin back in September of last year. We started at 5. That ensures that the main event will walk at 8 p.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern. Okay, so just, you know, make that note. The undercard will start at 5 local time here. Okay? Now, if you haven't been warmed up with those 2 fights, the co-feature definitely is going to burn up the ring and leave it really, really hot for the main event participants. This is a good fight. I'm very excited about it. The new champion, rising star, Jaime Munguia, is going to take on a very, very tough test. And Brandon Cook. Brandon Cook is promoted by United Promotions. And I want to bring up Tyler Buxton to say a few words. Tyler.
Thank you. Not sure how to follow those 2 guys, but On behalf of myself and United Boxing Promotions, I want to thank Golden Boy, Robert Diaz, for putting this together, making the fight happen so quickly. Canada, we don't really have any Mexican fighters. The closest thing we got is Brandon Cook. Saturday night, all the Mexican fans will enjoy this fight. It's going to be the main. It'll be the fight of the night, and I'm not going to spend too much time talking. I'd just like to introduce Brandon Cook from Toronto, Canada, to say a few words, and we'll get out of the way.
Thanks again, everybody, for coming. This is the biggest shot of my life here. This is everything I've ever wanted. Jaime Munguia is the next up-and-coming star, and I'm here to win. That's all I want to do. I want to do everything I can to win this fight. I've trained really hard for this. We only had 5 weeks' notice, but I was supposed to fight twice this summer, and both of them got canceled. So this is a huge opportunity. Everything happens for a reason. Got to thank Golden Boy for giving me this shot, and Tyler Buxton from United Promotions for getting me to this spot. I started with him at the beginning, and we're here now. My whole team, for everything they've done, we've come a long way. All my fans, my family, all my friends, everybody. I'm really happy for this, and I'm coming to fight. Anybody that's watching this right now, make sure you buy that pay-per-view, because this whole card's going to be amazing. This is the best place for boxing. Vegas, we're here. I'm really going to enjoy this. See you soon.
Thank you, Brandon. In 6 short months, Jaime Munguia has become to a relatively unknown fighter to one of the biggest and brightest stars in boxing, which is incredible. You know, this is going to be his 3rd fight on HBO this year. I believe he's going to end up fighting 5-6 times this year, which is incredible. It kind of reminds me of the way when we started with Canelo, and Canelo within 1 year became a huge star. Jaime's done it in 6 months, which is incredible. And it just goes to show that, you know, with his style, his charisma, and obviously the help of HBO, they've turned him into a star. A lot of people are very, very excited about Jaime. Jaime very easily can be the next big thing in boxing. And he can fight any one of the participants that are fighting, except for Roman. Except for Roman, obviously he's too small. But Jaime can fight any of the guys up here, and vice versa. And that's what makes it so compelling. There's so many storylines. But there's a reason why he's gotten to the top so fast. And that's because he has a great promoter in Fernando Beltran. It's a big privilege for us and an honor to be working with Fernando. We've known him for many, many years. We're finally starting to work together. And he's given us the opportunity to work with him, with Jaime, and for us it's very special, and we're very excited at Golden Boy. I want to acknowledge Juan Carlos Torres, who's very instrumental. Gracias, Juan Carlos, por todo. And I'll bring up Fernando once again to introduce his fighter, Fernando Beltran.
Well, boxing is about stories, and like Eric said, from May to September, 4 months, it's been a life changer for Jaime Munguia. Even a fighter who's fighting now underneath him told that nobody knew him, and not even his grandmother had more Instagram than him. And now Jaime Munguia's got the double of Instagram of him. And in 4 months, he's been doing sensational. And right now, without Golden Boy, this just was impossible. And I would like to thank Golden Boy, Oscar, Eric, and all his team, because they give us the opportunity. And I would also like to thank the State Athletic Commission of Nevada, because they didn't allow us to fight Triple G. We were gonna fight Triple G, and thanks to them, Golden Boy give us the opportunity to fight the title, the WBO 154 title, and against Saddam Ali. He make a great performance, Jaime did, and after that, Golden Boy give us the opportunity to fight on HBO, and now to fight in the biggest card of the year. So thank you again, Golden Boy, thank you, HBO. I would like to thank Tecate, and I would like to introduce the best story of boxing. Without a doubt, an undefeated fighter, only 21 years old, a lot of future on his hands, Jaime Munguia from Tijuana.
¿Qué tal? Buenos días. Pues me siento muy contento de estar aquí de nuevo en Las Vegas, de que de nuevo me estén dando la oportunidad. Muchas gracias a mi promotor Fernando Beltrán, a Golden Boy Promotions y a todos los que hicieron posible esta pelea. La verdad es que me siento muy contento de estar aquí de nuevo.
Hi everybody. Well, I am very happy to be here. I would like to thank my promoter, and I would like to thank Golden Boy because of this opportunity, and I'm very, very happy to be here again and to be in this tremendous card.
Y pues nada más quiero decirles que tengo un excelente rival enfrente, que es muy fuerte, entonces creo que vengo en mi mejor preparación, hice lo mejor que pudimos en el gimnasio, entonces corregimos todos los errores que tuvimos en peleas pasadas, entonces venimos a darles y a brindarle al público una gran pelea.
I would like to tell you that I have in front of me an excellent opponent. He's a very tough fighter. He's very good. And I would like to tell you also that this is my best preparation. I did a lot of mistakes, and I correct those mistakes. And I came here to bring a sensational fight for the audience.
Y pues sin nada más que decir, muchas gracias a todos los que vinieron, gracias a todos los medios. Les prometo una gran pelea el sábado y pues le voy a dejar calentito el ring a Canelo y Golovkin.
So without anything more to say, I would like to thank you all. I would like to thank the media, and I promise you a great fight, and I promise you I'm gonna leave the ring very hot for Canelo and Triple G. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. I want to bring up Tom Lawfer just to say some ending words, and we'll finish the press conference. Tom, just some closing comments, please.
You know, so many great storylines. Like Fernando said, Jaime almost got the Cinco de Mayo fight with Triple G. David Lemieux, we have to give him a lot of credit. He was the first champion to be willing to get in the ring with Triple G. Spike O'Sullivan almost fought Triple G also on that Cinco de Mayo date. So, you know, these guys up here are fearless. This is a huge opportunity for Brandon Cook. This is a great platform for him to show his skills. Moises Fuentes, huge opportunity for him also against the former pound-for-pound champion. So many great fighters on the show. Again, want to thank Eric, Oscar, everyone at Golden Boy, you know, putting this collaboration really of a tremendous show together with our side from Triple G Promotions. So I want to thank everyone for coming out. And remember, 5 o'clock, don't miss the pay-per-view starting at 5 o'clock on the West Coast, 8 o'clock on the East Coast.
Thank you. That concludes our press conference. Thank you all for being here. So we'll take some pictures, pose the fighters. Thanks.
Eso, ¿no?